What's up, foodie fam? We are back here, man. Welcome back to our channel. Rhode Foodie, Lupe here. We are at day 56, 57, around there. We are at La Casona in the great city of Central Falls. I am starving. Let's just get into it. I'll let you guys know what I mean in a second, but I gotta get this chorizo over here has been calling my name. It's like a little arepa right here. This is how you start your day off right here. This is how you start your week off. Craving Colombian food, one of the places to stop by at La Casona. So obviously, man, like, look at this. Does that look familiar? Does this picture right here look familiar? Plato Montañero. So we got, you get to choose either beef, pork, chicken, or ground beef. I went with the beef steak. Rice, beans, chorizo, fried pork rinds. I mean, how are ya? Sweet plantains, corn arepa right here, this little guy. And then also, and an egg. Obviously, you guys saw that bad boy right there. But it also comes with, like some frijoles. I didn't get any silverware, so. They were really busy too, man. I feel bad for them. Oh yeah, it's got like all, it's in all the juices. Ooh, hot. They were like extreme. It's super hot in here too. I'm gonna do something I've never done before, foodie fam. Yeah, turn on the car, roll down the windows a little bit more, cause it is steaming beaming. Oh, there we go. All right. So they didn't give me silverware, so I don't know how I'm gonna eat the steak, but maybe we'll do old school style, guys. We'll do it like we were kids, chicken nugget style. So I've actually had this plate before, and when I went back today, I was like, what should I get today? Should I try something else, or should I get like what I know? I'm one of those people, I get what I know. First of all, let's start off with this. Oh. I mean, come on! Down the hatch. You can eat the fat if you want to, but... Oh, my God. The trick to this plate is to make sure you mix all the flavors together. So, as you guys know, I've been to the great country of Colombia twice. Colombia! Been there twice. First time I went with my buddy Adam. We had some adventures out there. We'll skip that. We'll skip that trip. I'll talk about the other trip. But long story short, we went to Colombia together for about, I think, like a week and a half. Time of our lives. Adam's one of my buddies that he's always like, hey, let's go somewhere we're not supposed to go. Right? To the media, a bunch of people, Colombia is a dangerous country to visit. I always know Adam was like, yo, we're going. All right, we're going. Oh. They also have the type of arepa that they're like stuffed with things, man. Those were, I forget the place that we went to out there. Ooh, we used to go all the time. And the street food in Bogota, oh, makes me want to go back. And there's such a huge, like, you know, I love checking out different, like, you know, quote unquote cultures. Like out there, they would have like, in the certain parts of downtown, they would have these poles, and it would have all these strings, and at the end of the strings there would be cell phones, nothing fancy, like a Nokia, you know, like the bricks, and that was like a payphone. You would go up there, you give them like a quarter, you gotta make a quick call. I don't know if because cell service might be expensive in Colombia, but that was wild. Another thing that I remember from my trip to Colombia is that some of the public bathrooms, you have to pay for toilet paper. I was like, word? All right. Good thing we always carry change with us. This is a perfectly cooked egg. I don't know who the chef is over here, but you guys did it. You guys did it. Oh, Rhode Foodie approved! Now what I like to do is get the egg yolk, put it on the rice. The rice is going to be like the catch-all. It's going to be like the sponge. Speaking of which, let's get some of these frijoles. Some of these beans. I'm going to finish this whole plate, by the way, guys. So you definitely want to stick around if you want to see me finish this whole thing. I don't know if this is considered like a party platter. Take a party platter. How many people? Just one. Just Rhode Foodie. Get some of that egg. About to get in that steak in a second too. All right, we're going in. Gonna roll it like a little steak taquito down the hatch. I gotta get that with other flavors in there. That car literally just circled around me just to stare at me. That's okay, nothing to hide. Just mix up all that good. I'm gonna need a nap after this. Also, it took me a long time to like, and even still, I need to be in the mood for it. Plantains. I know I'm weird. Dominicans love plantains too. Good friend of mine's a big DJ. He DJs for, we used to have a show together called La Noche Caliente. It was a reggaeton show back when reggaeton was really big. So proud of the kid. He grew up. He expanded. He went to a Spanish-only station. Became friends with like David Ortiz, and now he's like David Ortiz's like official DJ down when he's touring. By the way, Central Falls is one of those other cities that where you can't find a parking spot anywhere. So right now, I want to give a shout out to Navigant Credit Union. Thanks for sponsoring today's. Thank you for sponsoring today's parking spot. Until I get kicked out. Oh. So, the first time I went to Colombia, Oh, and by the way, let me preface it by saying this, guys. If you're ordering takeout from La Casona, give yourself plenty of time. They are busy, man. They are busy, and I can't even be mad. That lets me know that you are thriving. It makes me happy. See that fat? That fat's where all the flavor is. All right, guys, I'll eat a piece for you, just for my foodie fam. Sweet plantain. Oh, you know what I do like? Is yuca. Yuca is a very transformative vegetable that, just like plantains, can be mashed, fried, made into like mashed potatoes, kind of. See, to me, it's almost too sweet. But people love it. I know the last time I was here, they have now beans I can eat all day. They have a guacamole that's really good. This was already too much food. I didn't want to get too much, but they have like a fresh guacamole that that comes with like these huge, they get like the plantain, they cut it long ways, and then they fry the chips, and it's these huge like plantain chips. That's good. I like that better because I can't taste the sweetness that much. And this just reminds me too much of like a overripe banana. Lupe, it is a banana. I know, but plantains are a little different. So second time I went to Colombia, I went for a 3-month volunteer trip. I can't wait to go back to Colombia, by the way. That's definitely on my list. I think it'd be fun to do a little roadie foodie. Colombia food tour. By the way, you see those little dots? I had to buy one of those like baby shade screens for you guys because some of the videos are like so bright. So if I do that and you see the screen, that's what's behind the camera. So Colombia, went there for 3 months, met some incredible people, international volunteers. We helped out at a couple orphanages, a couple schools for the blind. We also, hunger is a huge problem there, I think, as is everywhere in the world, but their social services are not as, even though we like to complain about it here, it's not as robust as it is here. So a lot of the organizations, excuse me, that feed the homeless out there are churches. So we volunteered at a lot of churches. And then we also volunteered at a program called Abuelitas. And this one is what really tugged me right here. There was 2 parts of Colombia that tugged me. One was Abuelitas. So Abuelitas is basically like I guess old folks home, but it's just for grandmothers, right? So what happens is that if a family can't afford to take care of the grandma, they drop them off. I just forget the name of the organization. We just like to, I think all the volunteers, we just called it abuelitas. And man, their eyes lit up every time we came. We couldn't come every day, but when we did, man, they were just like so excited to see us, and we were excited to see them. It was amazing to hear all their stories of life. And you know, we would sit there, we would like play Uno with them, we would paint their nails, we would you know, serve them dinner. Basically just spend time with them. So that's one of the things I remember that got me right here. The other thing is that we volunteered at Home for Children, which is basically this huge campus, which is essentially a huge orphanage. And those kids, man, amazing kids. Man, the day I'm getting I'm getting choked up right now just thinking about them. The day that we left, man, they somehow they found out. We made a conscious decision to not let them know our last day because we didn't want it to be super sad more than it had to be. And you're there for almost 3 months, and you know, you become a part of their lives. You know, when you're kids, the reason why things feel like they take so much longer when you're kids as opposed to an adult is because our perception of time is different. So right now, you know, a week will go by and we're like, oh my God, what happened to that week? Whereas a kid doesn't know the concept of time that much in a scope of you know, as an adult. So a week can feel like a month. So for us, you know, 3 months went by like that. To them, it felt like we were in their life for a year, and then all of a sudden we're leaving. So what we did, and I still have photos from this, and I love a couple of the kids actually got adopted by a family in Texas. And what was really cool, how about this? Power of social media. While we were down there volunteering, we would check into places, right? These parents found like our check-ins, and they were like, oh my God, we're actually adopting from that area. We're adopting so-and-so. And we're like, what? This is crazy. We just bought them chips. So that's why I mean, I know social media has kind of its negative sides, but that's the positive thing that can bring people together. You could have never had that kind of interaction back in the day. So one of the things that we did, some of the volunteers that got really close with the kids, is we asked for permission to take them off grounds, to take them to the movies. We bought them candy. We went to Burger King, right? To us, we're like, we don't want to eat at Burger King. Like, we want to eat at like a bomb Colombian restaurant. To them, they eat Colombian food all the time, all bomb Colombian food. So to them, they wanted Burger King was a treat. So I was like, all right, it looks like we're going to Burger King. And I don't even know what kind of dressing this is. Ooh, I like it though. So we went to Burger King. We went to a candy store. And I literally told the kids, whatever you want, man. Honestly, I was like, whatever you want. You want 3 Whoppers? You got it. You want enough candy to rot out your teeth? You got it. Because I didn't get to do that stuff as a kid myself, so I was like, guys, honestly, I know people probably say whatever you want, and they kind of mean it to an extent, but I was like, you want to bring back 10 pounds of candy? And that's what you're doing, my friend. So that was tough to leave the kids. People still setting off fireworks after 4. But let's talk about the country itself, how beautiful it is. Obviously, it has a storied past, right? Everybody knows the past of Colombia. And it still has some elements to it. I mean, I don't want to scare anybody from visiting, but you know, some things went down, obviously, and that's okay. Something can go down in this parking lot in my own hometown. So you can't be scared to travel because something might happen. If that's the case, you're just going to stay home all day and watch TV, which is not good either. You got to get out there and explore. You got to explore your own hometown. I want other people to start 100 restaurants in 100 days challenge. We're in this life for this much, guys. Explore. But the country itself is so beautiful. I'll tell you guys one last story. I don't know if we're going to do Q&A, but if you stuck around this long, I'll leave you with this last story of Colombia. Hey, you guys, I just found out that I can put a post in the YouTube. I can make posts like a Facebook post now. So now that I know that I can do that, why don't you guys keep me accountable? If you made it this far, remind me to post a couple photos from our trip there. So there was a program where within our program where there's a family off into like literally in the middle of nowhere. Like we had to take felt like a half day bus ride to the middle of nowhere. Guys, nowhere. But the countryside in Colombia is absolutely majestic. It is absolutely majestic. So, always been a big dude, right? Obviously, I was a little lighter back then, but so we're all climbing. We go as far as the bus can take us. It's not a big bus, but it's a little bus. We go as far as the bus can take us to this small town in the middle of nowhere. And then from there, we take little cars to like this trail. And within the trail, we have to walk to this lady's house. This wasn't a walk. This was a hike. I don't know how she survives down there, honestly, or this family. So it was like a solid hour and a half hike. And you're like, Luke, that's not that bad. You're right. It's not that bad if you're going straight. And you're not going like this. And you're not walking, and there's literally a death cliff on this side. And then you go up like a steep thing. And then you're walking on this little trail, and then there's a literally just straight down to your death cliff. I'm already not big on heights. So we get there. We're on flat land. Hour and a half, 2 hour hike. In the middle of it felt like the jungle. I can see her house. We're all just walking casually. What happens to me? I'm walking. I twist my ankle. And I didn't twist my ankle, regular twist my ankle. I twist the hell out of my ankle. Where I started hearing ringing in my ears. And one of the other volunteers, she was a teacher, but knew kind of CPR, and she was very well traveled. So she's like, you're going into shock right now. Because I started hyperventilating. My body was just like, what the hell just happened? Right? Hyperventilating, hearing ringing. I'm like this, what, volunteer over here, volunteer here, just carrying me, like straight out like a scene out of a movie. And we get to the lady's house. She's just shaking her head. She's like, no bueno. But the meal that we had there, oh my God. So she had been preparing this meal for us where she put it in like these leaves and then put it in the ground and put like the stones on it. I forget what it's called. But we open it up and there's just like this braised, like this meat that's just falling apart with the potato, with the hard-boiled egg. There was just all these with rice and like basically all this, but like in leaves and just having it steam. And it was one of the best meals I've ever had in my life. So as we're eating, it comes to that time like, hey, how the hell am I going to get back up the hill with a bum ankle? They start talking like I'm not there. All right, we can do this. They're talking in Spanish, though. We can do this, we can do that. One of the options is that I spend the night there. By myself. This is where my mind was going. I can rest my ankle. Maybe she can do some like awesome like holistic thing to it, make it happen. Because I'll tell you guys a story about my arm when I was a kid and going to like a Mexican bruja, basically. Anyways, remind me of that story. I'll tell you guys that story another day. I'm going, all right, I can stay at this lady's house in the middle of nowhere with no electricity, no nothing, for a day or two until I think we were there for like 2 days. So I can spend two nights, 3 days with this lady that I don't know. With my leg up, recovering. And I can eat bomb food. I don't know if she ate like that all the time, but that was really good. I was like, so part of me was like, kind of like, all right, I'll just chillax. You know, I got some pesos on me. I don't mind paying my way. And it starts getting dark. It's decision time. This guy came out of nowhere with a horse. Mind you, I've never been on a horse before. Never in my life have I been on a freaking horse. This horse looks at me like, this is a big guy. Like, this is a big guy, and I gotta go up the hill with this guy on me? I'm saying the same thing. I'm going, that's a little horse. That's a little guy. What's up with one of the big guys that I see over there? So I get on this freaking horse. It takes me like 4 tries. And by the way, everyone's watching me. Half of the group went ahead and started hiking back because it was like an hour and a half, 2 hour hike. So I'm on this horse. It's not that bad, right? I'm on the horse, but I start like, I've never ridden on a freaking horse. I'm starting to move back and forth. The guy grabs my bad ankle, which is my left one. By the way, I still have problems with this ankle every once in a while. He grabs my ankle and pushes it down and tells me to, like, the way that you have to, I guess, ride a horse is like if your feet are here and you're in the whatever the things are, you're supposed to put your heels like down. So he grabs my bad ankle and grabs my heel and just jams it down. I'm like, ah! The guy's like, oh, that's the bad one? Oh my God. So now I'm in a 2-hour hike on a horse because we you know, everybody was in front of us, we're behind. And literally, I'm on a horse that I've never been on with an ankle that I have to put the heel down for 2 hours. Complete agony, guys. Complete. And it's not like she had Tylenol. She didn't have, you know, she didn't have a leave in the cabinet. Nothing. I was like, even she's like, none of this in this house. I was like, all right. And I'm still going on the cliffs that you're walking, and there's like Death Cliff. It's beautiful, it's lush, it's great, but it's just drops. So all it takes is for this one horse to just misstep, and this video wouldn't even exist. You guys wouldn't. We won't be sharing Colombian food today. So we get the, and the poor horse, halfway through, man, he was ready, like he was done. I even told the guy, because there was a guy like pulling him, I was like, I can walk for a little bit. Let's give this horse a break. He goes, no, it's a workhorse. So I was like, damn. So I guess he was also training the horse to make like long voyages with heavy cargo. Heavy cargo. So you finally get to the top. At this point, guys, I have to jump off. I miscalculated. I land on the bad ankle. Agony for another hour. So we get back to the village. I'll finish. I'll give a second little story. We get back to the village. The organization was put together by a college group that was doing a cultural exchange. So it was really cool. We got to see, you know, the kids do like cultural dance. We got to speak a little bit about where we came from. We had someone from like China, a couple of us from the US, New Zealand, Australia. Somebody was from Kazakhstan. And so they messed up. They weren't able to book everybody into a room. So I'm going, great. I'm looking at this bus going, I'm sleeping in the bus. Right? There's no way I'm camping outside, not with this ankle. This dressing is bomb, by the way. So she goes, we're going to go around town and ask some of the villagers if some of the volunteers can stay at their house. I'm going, you're going to do what? That's like we live next like to Brown. That's like Brown students going, we have some people. Do you mind if they just crash at your house? But it's a different type of hospitality down there. It's small villages, that's they're used to that, right? They leave the keys in the trucks. I mean, there wasn't a lot of trucks there, but it's a very like, yeah, you need to crash at our house, go right ahead. No hot water, by the way, no AC. This is middle like September. Oh. So we had a really gracious man let us stay at his house. Me and a couple of the volunteers, we bunked up and we're sleeping. I'm in complete pain. I wake up in the middle of the night in complete triple agony. What happens? Right on the foot, on the ankle, you know, on the outer part of your feet, there's that little ball muscle, whatever it is, like when you flex it, it gets hard. on there, and I still have a mark from it. I got bit by a spider that just blew up my ankle bigger than what it was already. I'm going, man, I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know if this is like, I don't know. The next day, all the volunteers and the organizers were like, man, we are so sorry that all this happened to him. But in my mind, right, I'll leave you guys with this. In my mind, it's all part of the adventure. I have a great story to tell. About a great country with great people and great food. So, this video got really long. Sorry about that, guys. If you stayed to the end, I appreciate it. Again, keep me accountable, putting the photos down in the description. I'll try to do that sometime this week. But definitely check out La Casona. This is what I order. I always get this every time because honestly it has a little bit of everything. I just want a little bit of everything anyway. So what do we have here? 768 Broad Street in Central Falls. Day 56, I think, maybe 57, not sure. Yeah, 58 maybe. I have no clue, guys. It's in the description. Until next time, guys, eat well, be well. And if you ever get caught and someone needs to give you a horse ride, make sure you tip the guy, okay? And definitely buy him some candy at the local mart in a little village that you're in. And take care of each other. Bye.